The Federated Sons was founded in 2317 by Lucien Davion. Then Prime Minister of New Avalon, he negotiated a mutual defence and assistance agreement known as the Crucis Pact with 20 nearby star systems. Lucien became the Federation's first president and New Avalon its capital. A member of the Davion family has led the Federated Sons in an unbroken succession for the past 700 years. Presently on the throne is Victor Steiner Davion, son to Hansa Davion and Melissa Steiner, whose marriage effectively sealed the Federated Sons' alliance with the Lyran Commonwealth. The Federated Sons claims approximately 400 inhabited star systems under its aegis, nearly double the number of worlds controlled at the beginning of the Succession Wars. In addition, uncounted other worlds are claimed and exploited. Much of House Davion's growth over the past 200 years has taken place at the expense of Liao's Capellan Confederation. This was particularly true at the end of the Fourth Succession War, when the Federated Sons took more than 100 worlds from House Liao. An even more serious enemy to the Federated Sons has been the Draconis Combine, ruled by House Kurita, which nearly succeeded in conquering the Davion realm during its First Succession War. By forging an alliance with the Lyran Commonwealth in 3022, Davion forced Kurita to spread its mech resources along two frontiers, leaving many worlds thinly defended. Prior to the Fourth Succession War, Davion forces were able to exploit this vulnerability, seizing the Combine worlds of Tancredi II and Galatia, as well as Star League storehouses on Galtor and Ro, while losing very few units themselves. With the outbreak of war, however, the Federated Commonwealth had to rearrange its priorities. By the end of the Fourth War, House Kurita had managed to seize another 15 worlds, including Galtor, along its border with House Davion. Surprisingly, the clan threat has done much to destroy the traditional Davion-Kurita rivalry. There is even rumour of a love affair between Victor Steiner Davion and Theodore Kurita's daughter, Omi, although official sources consistently deny the connection. It is known that Victor Davion led a mission to a clan-held world to rescue Theodore Kurita's son, Hohiro. With the clan threat diminishing, though, for a time, tensions will no doubt resurface. Clashes, at least minor ones, between Davion and Kurita forces will recur. House Davion has been notable for the manner in which it has incorporated mercenary regiments into its forces. Many of these mercenaries have served the house for so long that they've become more of a standing army than a contracted force. In terms of military strength, the Federated Sons is one of the most powerful nations in the Inner Sphere. The first princes of House Davion has always been committed to the armed forces of the Federated Sons, a highly trained, disciplined and professional force that benefits greatly from technological advances from the New Avalon Institute of Science. Every heir apparent is required to serve in the military in order to be eligible for the title of First Prince. The major characteristic that distinguishes the AFS from the other Inner Sphere militaries has for a very long time been the organisational efficiency with which the AFS operates. This is evident in the manner in which the disparate elements of the military coordinate and work well together, a shared spirit of teamwork making the whole greater than the sum of the individual parts. In the first half of the 31st century, First Prince Hansa Davion capitalised on this when he invented the AFS military organisational team known as the Regimental Combat Team, not to be confused with the much earlier Star League Defence Force organisation of the same name. Many units within the AFS are Regimental Combat Teams, or RCTs. Frontline RCTs are composed of 1 mech regiment, 3 of vehicles, a battalion of artillery, 5 regiments of infantry, and a fighter wing. Second line, or militia RCTs, are usually composed of smaller numbers of these supporting forces. Frontline RCTs are usually commanded by a marshal. Administratively, the Federated Sons is divided into 3 marches: the Capellan March, the Crucis March, which contains the capital world of New Avalon, and the Draconis March. The Capellan and Draconis March were named after the borders with which they share with their long-time adversaries. The Capellan and Draconis Marches are ruled by positions alternatively known as March Lords or March Ministers. These posts are traditionally held by members of the Hasek Davions and Sandoval families respectively.